Today's the first day of the month. I'm gonna run 1 mile. So what am I trying to accomplish here by running the calendar? Just want to see how far I can make it. Kind of fun to explore. There we go. That's 1 mile on the 1st of June. It's probably gonna be a roller coaster ride, but here we go. It's easy to keep track of because you just look at the calendar and say, oh, that's how many miles I'm running today. It's June 2nd, so I'm gonna run 2 miles. Really sore. Not sure what happened. I drove to Kentucky for 8 hours. I guess this amusement park is called Kentucky Kingdom. It's kind of a weird name. Gate 29, where amusement park acts go to die. So that's gonna wrap up 2 miles, June 2. It's June 3rd. It's Everett's birthday. I'm in Kentucky. Gotta drive to Mississippi today. Start out at the Wood Symposium, and I gotta run 3 miles, so I'm gonna do it. How would you know if I wasn't cheating and running extra mileage? Doing a parking lot run for some reason. I would be interested to guess how many miles it would be to run this entire parking lot 1 line at a time. I'm gonna guess 1.2 miles. And it was 2.7 miles. Go figure. Day 4, running 4 miles. I was in Kentucky yesterday. I'm in Johns, Mississippi this morning. I'm really enjoying this challenge. I like it. Running the calendar. Just coming off a Hellbender, had a great race there and really enjoyed it. Learning how to go slower. Good job with the garden, Chris. Haven't quit yet. We're 5 days in. This is June 5th. We're doing 5 miles. And there are lots of obstacles, work and life, and lots of challenges to squeezing all this in, and it's only going to get harder, but so far we're enjoying it. Kind of a cool moon showing there. Look how beautiful that is. Are you kidding me? Think of the performances you miss when you don't get up for the sunrise. Just gotta pay attention, man. Treasures everywhere. Well, that's not a bad start to the day. Look at that, buddy. I love it. It is June 6th, so we're running 6 miles. It's training games. Yeah, you know, 6 miles, kind of still a piece of cake, but it's great to be running every day. And to try and squeeze it in, just scheduling is gonna get tricky. But still enjoying it. 6 for 6, here we go. Some cool clouds this morning on my 6 for 6 run. June 7th, I'm gonna do 7 miles today and gonna play kind of a double training game. I'm gonna not look at my splits, but see how evenly I can split. Having this commitment to run every morning, the calendar date, run the mileage to match the calendar, has been kept me kind of fresh, and just this time to run, as it gets longer and longer mileage each day, I get more and more time to just think and meditate, watch the sun come up, and I love it. It's really, really good therapy. We're here at Lake Lurleen and running 8 for 8. It's June 8th, so we're gonna run 8 miles. Finally got back out to the lake. Gonna do 2 loops of Ridge Loop. Getting excited that we're getting into some little bit longer mileage where it's kind of worth it to drive to the lake and get on some trails. Running the trail is so much better than road. It's a little trickier footing and you got to think more, but it's a softer path. It changes all the time. It's beautiful. Birds are singing, sun's coming up. No cars. It's fabulous. Good morning, June 9th. We're doing 9 miles this morning, running the calendar. Getting a little warm here in Alabama. It was funny to choose to do this in June, but I couldn't wait. I got excited about it. So as I get into longer miles, I gotta make sure that I'm keeping fresh, listening to podcasts or music and thinking through my day and enjoying the kind of meditation that it gives me and not just trying to crank out the miles. 9 miles for June 9th. Who's your daddy? Woo! It's probably 85 degrees and highly humid. I like it. Okay, friends, June 10th, we're doing 10 miles out at the lake and we're doing trail maintenance, clearing 1.5 miles of the Five Oaks Loop. So they're having a race out here, so they're using the boat. So I had to canoe all of the lawn equipment across the lake and gonna run 10 miles. Having a blast. It's getting fun now. Now we're getting over the 10-mile hump. We're getting double digits. I have a confession to make. I like to run fast. So happy to be getting to 10 miles and above. This whole week's gonna be great. You know, when you start getting north of 10 miles, that's when it starts getting fun, enjoyable. I feel like you did something. Everything before that's kind of aggravating. Like a mosquito bite. Okay, listen up, humanity. There is joy and extreme satisfaction in physical exertion. If you can run 1 mile because you haven't before, if maybe you haven't run 3 miles, you can do 3 miles, you can walk 1/2 mile. If you haven't done that before, do it. Whatever the obstacles are, the farther you go, the better you feel. Come on, humanity, join me, let's do it. Run far, find new life. Let's do it. Woo! We're also clearing the trails, weed eating with Dr. Isaac Espy, sporting the Phoenix Trail Fest shirt. Doing our part. June 11th, we're at Lake Lurleen, doing 11 miles. Got some really bad news yesterday, and I really need what the lake has to offer this morning, and thought about bailing on my goal of running the date, but I think it's good for me to continue. Really love this trail around the lake. Good therapy for me. It's good to run it when you're feeling good and when you're feeling bad. Kind of cures all ills for me. Not totally cures, but it just always helps. Never hurts to go around this lake. Running backwards at the lake. I really am going through a hard time. This is my therapy. This is my sanctuary. To come out here and just exist. Just feel so good. I know it's kind of an escape. It just feels so good to run and feel free. I really needed that today. I'm glad I had the challenge going because I would have been tempted not to run, just out of frustration. But that's when I most need it. And it was very extremely therapeutic. It's really become quite a way of almost like a journal because I'm doing my daily run and just paralleling that with the mileage, the increased mileage each day with what I'm experiencing in my life. So I'm extremely grateful for taking on this challenge. I'm extremely grateful for the chance to run each day and be out in nature and for the reset that gives me emotionally. It's the 12th of June, so I'm running 12 miles. We're running 12 miles. In this whole video segment, I've been saying we, as if it's more than one person, but it's just been me. But today it is we! Woo! Stephen Culberson joined me, and we're gonna run around the lake. We're less than a mile in, and he's already committed to doing the rest of the month with me.
Yeah.
And Stephen's giving a hit. All right, just finished 12 miles, June 12th. Beautiful day, beautiful lake. Stephen Culberson came with me. How'd it feel, Stephen?
It's an awesome morning. It's a great morning. Beautiful
Incredible.
sunrise.
Incredible. Good therapy,
good time.
therapy session. Got
Yep.
plenty of stories in.
Solved a lot of world's problems.
Maybe he's partially turned into one of those ducks, I think.
Well, we probably shouldn't mess with him, but he's really cool. Well, it's day 13, June 13th, and about to run 13 miles. If I didn't have the commitment to run every day to get this mileage in, I would probably shut down. But the run is one thing that's helping me kind of stay on top, and I am very, very grateful for it. This is one I haven't done before, but I've been thinking about it a lot. A lot of people, jog the hills and then sprint the downhills, or, go slow up the hills, walk the hills, whatever. I'm gonna do today, sprint the hills. So every time I come to a climb, I'm just gonna chew it up and then relax on the flats and the downhills. Sprinting the climbs is a little bit tricky. Beautiful day. Don't usually run in the evening. I'll tell you one thing, this whole game was sprinting the climbs, and I have one takeaway. It's really, really dumb. Day 14, and we're hitting a couple roadblocks, but we're still going. It's major thunderstorms here. It's coming down pretty dang hard, and lots of thunder and lightning. Hey, we're gonna do it anyway, even when the ceiling's leaking. Let's do it. It's a little bit nasty out here, pouring rain and lightning and thunder, but it's June 14th and we gotta do 14 miles. So we're pumped. It's 4:50 a.m. and here we go. Yesterday I was sprinting the climbs. Today I'm gonna hike them. Still gonna run backwards across the spillway. Ask my bird friends about those eggs just sitting right here next to the trail. Starting to get pretty beneficial for ultras in my mind, because that long-term, long-game endurance has to kick in, because you're having to put on your shoes every day, regardless of the obstacles. You're having to overcome challenges with schedule and with the weather and how you're feeling, and that's what you got to do in an ultra. You show up for race day, you get 70 miles in, you got to deal with what is. Just want to show you how cool the lake looks this morning. An amazing run, amazing morning, amazing day. The weather cleared up, and now I feel great, and I'm just running the whole 14 miles, and so glad I'm pushed through it. Look what I would have missed if I wouldn't have pushed. This is like the bonk. This is like the end of day 2, Lake Tahoe, when I just wanted to die and give up and quit, and it was so incredibly miserable. Thought there's no way I could carry on, and the next morning it's just a new day, and I felt better and better and better throughout the day. And I said then, I don't know what things are ahead that I'm gonna have to go through that I don't think I can make it through, but I gotta hang in there and I'm gonna make it. And that's the attitude we need to have. Remember, everything you go through is probably not gonna be the hardest thing that you'll ever go through for the rest of your life, even though it feels like that. And so each experience, as painful as it is preparation for other challenging experiences. And you can either let them crush you and turn into a babbling idiot, or you can be strong. I need to be strong for my family, strong for me. The leaves are all wet from the rain, so when I'm hot, I just slap a tree that I go by and it splashes water on me. All it takes is one time of maxing out your heart rate up at Big Hill and sucking air, and then it's just hard to recover. Whereas the opposite scenario is you bounce up the hills nice and easy, take them as slow as you need to, and then it feels like you have kind of perpetual energy. The past 14 hours, I guess I've run 27 miles, 2 different stints, got 4 hours of sleep in between, and what a difference it makes to be refreshed and just start over. I started really slow and sluggish, and now I'm finishing this 14 miles, and I feel like $1,000,000, man. Strong, ready to go. I could go another 14 right now. Woo! Good morning, Lake Lurleen. Nice to see you again. It's 4:30 and June 15th, so we're doing 15 miles. Woo, got some challenges, life challenges, my body, lack of sleep. It's raining really hard and all my stuff's getting wet. I'm glad it's pouring rain. Had a rough couple of days, and it's just symbolic. It's becoming a challenge, kind of a long-term challenge to think through each day and kind of strategize. More like a long ultra instead of just short runs. I'm guilty of just kind of thinking of the math, then that day will be the 19 miles and then I'll do 20 miles on that day. But that's just like in a race. You can't think that way. Oh, it's only 12 miles to that aid station. You have to live each mile, and each mile counts. I'm only 5 miles into the run, and the rain's getting harder and the lightning's hitting really close and really loud. Some huge claps that made me flinch. And it's just symbolic of my struggle right now. It's been a really, really tough road this morning, physically, emotionally, but I picked up the pace and it feels good to run. I'm glad I pushed through it. I was a little bit scared for my life for a minute. That lightning was just cracking so hard and so close. I was flinching every time, and maybe life can get even harder than we ever imagined. Somehow I got to keep picking up the pieces. I'm bonk, bonk, bonk every day. I'm crying my eyes out, going down the road, hyperventilating, screaming, hitting the steering wheel. And then I just can't stay in that mode. I got to turn around. I got to feel that grief and that frustration, anger, feel the injustice, and just hopelessness. I got to feel it and then release it and then pick up the pieces, move forward, pick it up. I got to be strong. Just like in a race, Brandon, you got to pick up the pieces, go hard, go strong. Everyone needs you. They need your strength, need your optimism. You need your strength and your optimism, so dig deep and let's find it. Let's keep moving. That, my friends, is gonna be a copperhead. Check this guy out. That's how big he is. Wow. He's not in a good place. Well, that was the hardest run I've done in a long time. Felt just as challenging as finishing a difficult 50 miler. I was sore, had different aches and pains that were really bothering me. I didn't get much sleep. I was in a really, really bad emotional state, and I had lightning cracking around my head and torrential downpours. And I pushed through it, and here we go, 15 miles on June 15th. Who's your daddy? Whew. That was not easy. I'm 15 miles at 4:30 this morning. Worked all day doing construction, and then we needed trails until dark. June 16th and it's 5:15. This is getting a little bit logistically challenging just to get the time in, and just equipment and my body kind of catching up, getting used to this routine. It's becoming a challenge. Yeah, not sure how long I'm gonna make it because it's getting a little tiring, a little challenging, but that's why they call it a challenge, right? It takes me about 8 miles to get warmed up, just to get my feet under me. So that's why I always enjoy going past 8 miles. 16 is about perfect. 8 miles to warm up and then 8 miles to enjoy it. Half the battle with doing this daily run and increasing the mileage is keeping up with my laundry. How amazing is this human body? What a phenomenon. Once again, I was sluggish and tired and finding excuses mentally, physically, emotionally to stop doing this challenge, and got up early again this morning, bust out 14 miles just now. I get 2 miles to go and I feel like $1,000,000. I know you get tired of me saying that, but man, once you get into those longer miles, it feels fantastic. So I started doing some math, and yeah, if I really did it and made it to the 30th, then that'd be like 182 miles in the last 7 days of the month. That's a lot. We'll see. I want to at least make it to 20. Let's do it. Woo! If nothing else, this challenge is a huge confidence booster. When you're feeling low, you bust out 16 strong miles before 8 a.m., before work. That's a good feeling. I love it. Woo! June 17th, it's Todd's birthday. It's also Tahoe anniversary. This was the day one of Tahoe last year, 2022, which was a wonderful, fabulous experience, and I think about it with great memories. Mixing it up today, running kind of in the middle of the day in the heat. 10 miles into the 17-mile run, and it's fairly hot, but feels great. And then when you push past the hard part, that's when the run gets good. Just like a migraine, you survive a migraine, man, there's no better feeling when you wake up. You've gotten past that gut-wrenching pain. You're gonna live again. Love it. It's a little lesson for life. You gotta swim through those bonks. You're gonna get to the other side. Life can still be sweet after you get through the challenge. It's a little warm. Sweating buckets. About to dip my head in a creek when I come to the next one. 17 days, man, my legs feel so strong, and that pace, a strong pace feels better now than when I was doing, 2 miles or 4 miles. So I like it. This morning I wasn't sure if I was gonna continue. Right now I'm still going and hoping to keep on rolling at least till 20, and then we'll see. Just finished the 17 miles, and this is what I made last night for my buckles. Made a rack for the Ultra buckles. I put them in order received, order achieved, starting with Lake Martin, Blood Rock, Pinhoti in that order, and down the row, and there's the glorious Tahoe. Today is the anniversary of the start of Tahoe last year, and then there's the Lake Martin, and then the Hellbender, and I left room for growth. Well, it's just after midnight and it's the 18th. Barely. It's Father's Day. It's Sunday. Don't usually run on Sundays. Never run on Father's Day except Lake Tahoe. Getting exciting. I like it. Day 18, 18 miles. Woo! Let's do it. And also this is pretty great training for ultras, especially for hundreds and especially for 200s, because we're doing increasingly difficult back-to-backs, and it allows you to practice kind kind of pushing through. This is 18 miles in the middle of the night. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. And I just ran 17 miles 11 hours ago. So that's a lot, 35 miles in, total period of 14 hours with a big run before that and a big run after. That's a lot. Finished the 18 miles at about 3:30 this morning and then had a bowl of corn pops. The 18-mile run turned out really great. Justin, my friend in Florida who ran Tahoe with me, was also running in the night because he's getting ready for Badwater. So from about, 2:30 to 3:30 a.m., we talked on the phone together, running in the middle of the night, just like we were pacing each other, talking about nutrition, etc. So that was really a blast. June 19th, we've got our matching shirts for the Panorama Ultra Running that India and Max set us up with. Got my wife Susan with me, and we're doing 19 miles. This is the first time she's hearing about it. We're at Peavine Falls at Oak Mountain. Gonna show these guys Peavine Falls, and then they'll probably go home and I'll keep going. But I'm glad to be doing a piece of Oak Mountain during this training game because I love this place. This is the place where Blood Rock takes place, and it is pretty incredible. Got the family coming down the trail, matching uniforms. Was it my birthday? It's just a little sampling of the Blood Rock course. It's pretty great to be doing 50, 60 miles into a 100-mile race. And this is the course right here. Enjoying it, just getting started. It's hot, but feels good, and I'll just dip my face in each creek I come to. Taking it nice and slow. I'm following the blue trail from Peavine Falls, going towards the North Trailhead in search of this. Found a good rhythm here. Found the red trail. Kind of a nice flattish road. Pretty trees. Killing it. Feeling great. Feeling like $1,000,000. Besides that little bit of aggravation in the Achilles, I feel absolutely no soreness. Here we go, baby. 19 for 19. Woo! So good for the soul to run long miles in the woods. Got some elevation in, got to stick my head in a waterfall. It's pretty fantastic. It's an extension of a Father's Day gift from yesterday through today, and it's been wonderful. I'm trying to find a stopping point to kind of end this game because I don't know that I can push it all the way to 30 days. Really should stop, but I'm having a hard time doing it because I'm having a blast all over this game. My legs feel amazing. We made it to day 20. We're excited. I keep saying we, but it's just me. I'm at Lake Lurleen, doing 20 miles this morning. Sun's just coming up. It's about 5:30. Couldn't be any better. My legs feel better every day, and it's going to be hard to stop. And there's my buddy, the blue heron out on the fishing dock. 5 miles in on day 20. I've never felt better, never felt stronger. It's amazing what a 19-day warm-up can do. I love it. Wow, 12 miles into a 20-mile run. It's hot, feel amazing. Haven't walked a single step except to smack the gong. And goodness gracious, I feel good. That 19-mile warm-up did wonders for me. It's amazing how a little game, a little challenge can motivate you to do something like this. And it's so good for the soul. I had every excuse over the past 2 weeks to slack off and curl into a ball. And instead, I've been stepping up my mileage every day. And look at the payoff. It's just amazing. So I was kind of wondering, why am I having the best 20-mile run of my life? I'm doing 8 minute, 20-second miles for this whole thing. Now I realized today is Tahoe anniversary day 4, my most amazing 50 miles of my life, finishing the Tahoe 200. So it's good vibes. That's what I'm going to celebrate all day. Yeah. Well, 17 miles into the strongest 20-mile run I've ever had in a long, long time. It's incredible. If nothing else, I'd say this proves that this experiment was successful. Even if I don't make it tomorrow, building up to 20 miles like this, increasing mileage every day, getting up to some big miles, the consistency, man, I had some little kinks to work out, some aches and pains, nothing muscles, just joints and ligaments. But man, I feel like $1,000,000 today. I'm getting stronger at running uphill, good strong pace today. I mean, 20 miles at 8:20s, that's pretty fantastic. There's nothing less than miraculous. I love it. That's one of the kind of the ideas of doing these training games. May not be the smartest, best training strategies in the world, but they're good little experiments. Just mix it up, make it fun, keep it lively, and I learned something from each one. You know, this one, it's all about consistency, and I like having some rest days, and I will continue to have rest days. But there's something to be said for this consistent build up at a slow pace and a slow increase. I like it a lot. Kicking it in here for 20 miles. Wow, what a day. I love it. Very strong, 8:08 pace for 20 miles. Didn't walk a step on the 20th day of June. What a day. What a game. That was amazing. Did a little math on the way home and realized that in the past 6 days I've got 105 miles. And if I stay with this a couple more days, it's gonna rapidly increase. In the past 20 days, that's 210 miles. Pretty incredible that I can feel this good after adding a mile each day for 20 days. June 21st and 4:20 in the morning. I still feel good, still want to do this, but I'm starting to feel my first hint of doubt. And it's mainly just because of schedule. I only have so many hours in the day. I can only get so much sleep in a 24-hour period, and 21 miles today. A little tricky. Got a very full schedule, so I'm starting here at 4:30, see what I can get. Most likely gonna have to split this one up, and it's gonna get tricky, but still in it. Let's go. Just starting to see the sky lighting up over there, trying to get the sun to come up. It's kind of fun to be, for my cool down day, I'm trying to do a slow 15 miles and then 6 miles at lunch. It's the way I'm going to try to get 21 today. That's kind of fun. This is starting to feel more like an ultra, where you got to kind of pick up the pieces after a nap and keep trucking no matter what if you're sore or your gear's all sweat soaked or whatever. Man, this is really getting fun. It always takes me 4 or 5 miles to get warmed up these days, especially in these consecutive runs. The sun's just trying to come up. It's kind of hot and humid, but like not as hot as it's gonna be in the middle of the day, so it actually feels kind of good. And just enjoying it. Got a a bad view this morning, eh? This is my drone footage. Well, 12 miles in and just before 6 a.m. That's pretty great. Sun's shining, got a good pace. I mean, this is really very, very doable. It actually gets easier with time. I think my body gets more and more used to it. 21 days, baby. I love it. It's been a really fun challenge. Better than I imagined. About 15 miles. Sun's finally up, giving me a really tall shadow. Why does 17 miles feel 1,000 times better than running 3 miles? I don't get it. Okay, that's 17 and a half miles before work, before 7 o'clock. It's pretty great. Well, I just drove over to another neighborhood and got a skid steer. I'm at work. Haven't quite finished my mileage for the day. So instead of have someone shuttle me back to my truck, I'm gonna run. Not in my running gear, but I got a water. Mixing it up. 21 miles on day 21. This is Everett and I running it in for 21 miles, 21 days. What do you say, bro?
20 minutes.
What do you say?
Woo!
That's what I'm looking for.